that was the David Bowie classic, Rock and Roll With Me. So we'll go through the chords first. It starts on the piano, but we can play them on guitar. We've got a C to E minor, then F, E minor, D minor, C. Okay, and we play that twice on the intro. Okay, there's a couple of little fills which we'll take a look at after we've looked at the chords. And also chords for the first part of the chorus. Okay, so we've got C, E minor, F, E minor, D minor, C. Okay, then we're into the verse, which is G, C, G, C. So you play 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. So there's 2 bars, but G, C, G, C. So that C just comes in before the bar, the first beat of the next bar. And again, G, C, G, C. There we go. So what I'm playing there is an A7 sharp 5. So I'm playing 5 on the E string, 5 on the D string, 6 on the G string, and 6 on the B string. So I've got A, G, C sharp, F. To an A7, to a D minor. I just take my little finger off for D minor 7. Okay, and then a G. Okay, and then the first verse, it continues with so I'm playing C. Okay, then a D sharp diminished, or C diminished, however you want to look at it. That's 3 on A, 4 on D, 2 on G, 4 on B. So D minor 7 to G7, and again just repeat that sequence. Then to E, to E7, and then A minor, and A minor. I use my little finger to add a G in the bass on 3 on the E string. So yeah, so we've got a C, D sharp diminished, and then we've got a D minor, G7, and that goes on twice. E, E7, A minor over G. Okay, and then a D sus4, so D with a little finger added on 3 on the E string, and then a G7, and that takes us into the chorus. Okay, so yeah, E, E7, A minor over G, D sus4, D, G7. With me 3 times on this. Then to a D, G, G7, C, E minor, F, E minor, D minor, C. And then there's a little instrumental over that again. And then we're back into basically half of the first verse. So that's the same again, G, C, G, C. Then we've got A minor 7 sharp 5, A7, so A7 sharp 5, sorry, A7. and then A7, then D minor, D minor 7, G, and then you go into the chorus, and the chorus repeats, and then it plays again over a little solo, and then it just goes round towards the end. It just goes round without playing the D and the G. It just keeps going round. That just keeps going round. Okay, and then at the very end we've got this little. So I'm just playing a C sus4 on 5, 5, 6, 8. And just taking my second finger off to 5, 5, 5, 8. Okay, and that's the very end. Alright, so great chords there, and next we'll take a look at some of those lead parts. On the intro, I played a couple of fills. That was the first one I played, just a C and a G, 5 and 8 on the G and B strings. Then I added a G and a D on 5 and 7, and you can keep that 8 fretted. So 5, 7, 8, G, D, G. Then take that second finger off to get 5, 5, 8. So. And the other fill I played on the intro was just an F to a C. Okay, so a couple of little stabs there to start the song. And then we go into some fills around a C major pentatonic scale. So things like just playing a hammering to a D, to an A, so 5 to 7, 5 to 7. A little trill. 5, 7, 5, 3. So your C major pentatonic scale, if you start on a C, just around that middle position on the neck, we've got 3 on A, 5, 7, 5, 7 on D, 5, 7 on G, move that up to 9, then we can carry on 8, 10, 8, 10. So. Okay, so a lot of the licks are played using those notes and continuing those notes up the neck. Okay, and I also had a little kind of octave one, sort of that kind of thing, an E to a D, so an E octave is 7 and 9, to 5 and 7, E to D, on the A and G strings. A little trill there on E, D and C. You know, you could just kind of semi-improvise these, put your own in. On the D minor to D minor 7 to G chords, I played an arpeggiated sequence. So start on 7, an A on the D string, then an F, D, F, D, F. So that's 6 and also 7 on the B and G strings. So we've got 7, 7, 6. So, and then change your little finger for your first finger and play 7, 5 and 6, same pattern. Then a G chord on 5, 4 and 3. And a G7 on 3, 4, 3. Now this isn't on the record, but on those chords of C to D sharp diminished, I played just some single notes. Just played C to E flat to D to G, just to fill in the track a little more. 3 to 6 to 5. Or you could just stay on 5 because that fits over the G2. Or go to the G on 3. Okay, and also added in over the E chord a little sort of country-ish 13 to 12, G sharp to E, and then we went to the A minor. I went A to E, which and then so that's 14 to 12, and then on the pre-chorus I played an F sharp and a D, and a G and a D, so that's 11 and 10, 12 and 10. And that takes us into the chorus. On the first chorus, I added this lick 3 times. I'm playing C, A, G, A, C. On the G string, 5. An A on 7. On the D string to G. Back to A. So 7, 5, 7. 3 on the A string. Okay, then you rock and roll with me. That kind of thing. And then at the end of that first chorus, I played a bend and release. C, bending to D, releasing back to C, so that's 13 on the B string. To B on 12. Then going down the scale, F, E, D, C. 6, 5, 7, 5 on the B and G strings. And then we've got a little solo. Just a short one. So I'm bending again, C to D. Release, B. This time back to C. And then playing a C arpeggio, which is E, C, G. Okay, so that's 12, 13, 12 on the top 3 strings. On the next verse, we've got some licks, and the first one I played was A, G, C, E, F, E, C, G, D. Okay, so that's 14, little hammer, 12, C on 13, so that's on the G and B strings. Trill, 12, 13, 12 on the E string, that's E, F, E. Back to C on 13. G on 12 on the G string. Down to D on 7. The next lick we've got is okay, so I'm playing a bend of G to A and release. Twice. An F, E, 6 to 5. So this is all on the B string so far. And a C sharp on the 5th fret, or the 6th fret, sorry, of the G string. And then I'm going C sharp, D, E. 6, 7, 5. Then bending 8 to 10. Releasing and playing 6. So we go. Okay, and then going into the chorus, we've just got some double stop bends. So I'm just bending an F up to a G and playing a G. So I'm bending 10 on the G string and playing 8 on the B string. That kind of stuff. And then going to a C on the chorus. You rock and roll with me. Now I've just kind of ad-libbed a few little fills on the last part of the song. Mostly around, again, the C major pentatonic scale. So on that chorus, a lot of those work. This bends around D, C, A and G. And the bends, that's 12, 14, 13, 15. And you can carry on 12, 15. those notes work as the fills on the choruses. There's another short solo after the second chorus, and it starts with. So I'm bending a F on 6 and releasing. So bending to G and releasing. So 6 on the B string. And then I go down a C arpeggio. E, C, G. 5, 5, 5. Then I go A, C, F, E. So I do a little hammer to 7 on the D string. 5 on G. 6 to 5 on B. And then a slower bend and release. Again, F to G, bend. Then E, C, 5, 5. And just bend G to A and release. So 8 bend, and then 6, and then 5. And then we've got over the D chord, I'm bending a G to A, so that's 8 to 10. Then playing F sharp D. Do that twice. And then I'm playing on the G chord, I'm bending an A on 14 on the G string and releasing. G, playing the A again on 14, so 14, 12, 14, and then a D on 15. Okay, and for the rest of the song I was basically improvising over the C major pentatonic scale. So I was taking it sort of up and down the neck. So if I go from C, D, E, okay, on the A string, so that's 3, 5, 7, 5, 7 on D, 5, 7 on G, take that up to 9, and then 10, so 8, 10, 8, 10 to 12 to 15 on the B and E strings, but you could also play 15, 12, 15, 13, 14, 12, 14, 12. Those notes too, same notes, just different positions, so all around the neck. So that kind of stuff just fits nicely over the play out section at the end as we go round and round that C, E minor, F, E minor, D minor, back to C section. Okay, so great fun tune to play, a nice one to jam out with at the end. So thanks for watching and enjoy rock and roll with me. Thanks, buddies.